ladies and gentlemen, I just spoke to you about what we do at Exelon. So this is our mission and vision statement. I'll go directly to the micro-analysis of our company. So as any other company over here, we've got a lot of strengths and weaknesses, but what we take pride is the fact that we have launched a product for every target segment, and this has made us ensure that we capture a lot of market share, and that this has also ensured quick expansion. Now, the most important weakness that we have seen is that our advertising wasn't that effective. So this quarter, we've taken necessary steps to ensure that this does not take place in the future. Opportunities for us. As of now, the China market is still untapped. So in the future, we'd like to expand into the China market because we already have dominance over the other countries. Now, when I come to threat, now we all know that we belong to a very, very lucrative market where there's lots of competition and the barrier to entry is very, very low. So we have to keep up to the pace when it comes to product and when it comes to R&D. So now that I've analyzed the micro-analysis, I'll pass on my time to Ryan, who will talk about the growth of our company. Ryan?
So strategizing on our opportunities and strengths, Exelon has actually managed to achieve the largest market share in both our target segments, namely the Mercedes and the Traveller segments. So as can be seen by the table, Exelon is about 2.5 times better than its nearest competitor in finite. And so looking at our performance, in quarter 3, we are actually below average for most of the indicators. But for quarter 4, we are actually the best for our, by this we will not be complacent. So how do we achieve actually such radical improvements? Because in Exelon, we believe that we maintain what we are good at and improve what we lack in. By this, we will see growth in our profits that you and I will be looking at.
Thank you, Ryan. Well, in quarter 3, our net income was negative $907,000, but in quarter 4, it increased to a whopping $1.5 million. Well, also our financial ratios were maximized, and our revenues, gross profit, and net income for the previous quarter was the highest. So now, how do we capitalize on this momentum? To talk more about it, let me welcome Zan.
Now that we have a foothold in Brazil, Canada, Europe, and USA, we plan to extend our influence to the rest of the world by opening shops in all the cities by the end of quarter 6. Furthermore, at the end of quarter 6, we have obtained R&D for innovators, Mercedes, and travelers. These 3 sectors that we have identified to be the most lucrative. Also, looking back at our vision, we aim to be market leaders in all the sectors. So by the end of quarter 7, with even more R&D, we plan to produce 1 new product each for all the sectors, ensuring our dominance in the market. The future looks bright for us. We ensure that by investing with us, we will not disappoint you. Thank you.
You mentioned you are currently the highest market shareholder in Mercedes segment, right?
Yes.
But
Traveller sector.
In our target segments, Travellers and Mercedes, we are not the largest market share but we have the highest overall performance in terms of the balance scorecard.
okay, in Mercedes, you basically I want to know is you targeted Mercedes segment in fourth quarter itself, is it?
Yes.
Without R&Ds.
You mean for quarter 4?
Yeah, without
Yes,
R&Ds,
without
yes.
Like, is it a product which was intended for innovators and it did well in Mercedes, or you prepared it specifically for Mercedes?
Intended it for Mercedes.
Because it was quite untapped, that segment, as compared to the previous segment.
How this product do in innovator segment?
It did fairly well. We had a market share in innovator, but not as much as those who target innovators.
Thank you.
What's your current market share in terms? What's your current position in terms of market share in innovator and traveler?
In the traveler segment as such, right now we place number 1, but whereas in the innovator section, our computer Cyclone has placed 4th. Now this is basically, the difference is very high, so although we are placed 4th, the difference of units is very high, so we don't really think we have much of a chance until we come up with something more better.
So what do you think you've done well to be in the top position in the overall performance card?
Right now in Q5, we've launched a new product.
What have you done well? What do you think you've done
What
well?
makes
Well,
you
I-
already high in the
Our
market?
is our financial performance. Basically, our
No,
pricing.
the
our-
financial performance is a result.
Yes.
What have you done well in terms of your strategies to,
It's our due to our strategy, especially the pricing strategy. I believe we've done better than others in our pricing.
Well, ours in the cost cutter section, ours was the lowest priced computers. And in the travelers, we saw the needs of the segment of travelers and catered to those needs quite effectively. So I believe the customer satisfaction in traveler segment was quite high. So that improved the demand in traveler segment, which made us the top
Basically,
player.
so pricing strategy.
Yes,
basically.
pricing strategy and also catering the needs of the.
So what's your
segment.
brand rating for travelers? Is it the highest?
Yes,
If you-
brand, it's rated to be good.
No, among the other things.
Second.
It's the second
Second.
highest, yes.
Low 80s, I guess, like the value. The value of the brand rating, is it around 80 or is below 80s?
It is 70.
It's about
It's
70.
it's above 70. Around 72.
May I know what's the production capacity of your
Current.
Yeah.
Current in Q4 was 100 units per day. In Q5 we doubled 200 units a day.
How much you are using? How much are you using out of the 100?
About 80 to 90%.
So alliances, and do you have any alliances in the team?
Yes.
How many?
In our lines we have a total of 4 teams.
For-
And
Maybe know who are the
yeah, I was about to say. So we have the second and third ranking team, which is us, the Epsilon. The second Power Pro, we have Excel and Gosu.
So do you plan to continue with your low pricing strategy?
For the cost cutter segment, yes. Because it's quite.
No, of course, for cost cutters you have to have a low pricing strategy. For generally your company's strategy, do you plan to continue with a low pricing model for all the products?
No, for instance, for the Mercedes segment, how we priced our pricing strategy was such, we based it like, for instance, in US, the customers were willing to pay a lot more than in Europe. Because in Europe, the segment was dominated by, let's say, travelers or workhorse. So we had fluctuated our prices based on that. So as of present situation, we will continue to use the same strategy for future products as well. So our pricing strategy will be based on the total demand in the city we have established it.
Okay, time's up. Only this, the alliance, the constraints of the alliance, is it only for R&Ds or does it constrain you for doing other, like selling, does it constrain you anything else?
No, it's
No.
just for R&D.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.